Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is March 7th, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see the sun rising across the Pacific Ocean. Here's the state of California. There's a spin in the atmosphere here with the system that was bringing some moderate to heavy rainfall at times across from the Bay Area down through Southern California, some lightning strikes, and that's going to continue today for some portions of California, Southern Nevada, and Arizona. Watch out for that dangerous lightning out there. We'll show you that here on the North American model map here in a moment, high resolution version. Then we're going to be dealing with a couple systems here that are going to come across Pacific Northwest and potentially impact portions of California as well. And then we go through a pattern change, perhaps some warmer weather showing up as we go through mid-March upcoming. And we'll look at those, that in some more detail here in a moment. Taking a look at the max wind gust speed, some strong northwest winds coming down the coastline in the wake of that system, sneaking into the valley there as well. Just a heads up for that, nothing too crazy. And some of the chilly temperatures out there across Northern California, especially in some of the higher terrain of the Sierra Nevada, where you get some of that you get some of the thawing of the snowpack out there. You can get some black ice, so watch out for that, especially you had snow that was melting and then refreezing in the overnight and early morning hours. Pretty chilly there across Northern California into Southern Oregon. And looking at the total snow, as we go, the system's kicking through maybe a little bit of light snowfall for this year in Nevada, not too much. And then we bring some additional systems as we roll through the weekend here, and another round of snowfall for Northern California and the Sierra Nevada. We'll be watching that as we go into tomorrow morning, a little bit more detail. And the GFS has a couple systems rolling through here as well before we go through a big pattern change and perhaps warmer conditions as we go on and through mid-March. I'll show you more on that here in a moment. This is Las Vegas National Weather Service. You can see the better chances for some rainfall as you get on in towards Arizona, but you can't rule out some showers across portions of Nevada, onto the desert areas as well, and on into the higher terrain of Southern California. And there could be some lightning with that, and rumble of thunder or two, and some breezy outflow winds. Now, looking at Phoenix, Arizona, they do talk about the scattered showers in south central Arizona, isolated afternoon storms with small hail and wind gusts over 30 miles per hour possible, and cooler with highs in the mid upper 60s here. And then as we go through next week, we're going to start warming up a bit here again, and more on that here in a moment. But if you want a nice, affordable home weather station, record all the crazy weather we get here across the southwest portion of the USA, click on that link down below to save 10% off. It's got a lightning detection system with it, updates every 3 seconds. This is what the smartphone app looks like. And yeah, stores the data for you in the cloud. Highly recommended. Now, looking at the wind speeds here, this is 80-meter wind speed, and our system's kicking through here, but it's still got some gusty winds in the backside of that across the higher terrain here. And you can see the north winds picking up across some of Nevada, out into the desert areas out of the northwest here as well. So just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. Might make for some tricky crosswinds for some of the big rigs out there. And then we bring another system as we go through this weekend. You can kind of see it out here over the Pacific Ocean. More on that here in a moment. Looking at the surface-based cape. So this is just kind of showing you that we are still going to be destabilizing again here today. Can't rule out some shower activity and thunderstorm activity, especially for Arizona, but don't rule it out for portions of California, especially across the higher terrain, some of the desert areas, and up towards Las Vegas as we go through the day today. And that system should be kicking through here, and that thunderstorm threat will still exist as we go through the day Friday for portions of Arizona. Now, looking at the composite reflectivity, this is what the Doppler radar may look like here over the next couple days. So as we go through this morning, you can see the spin in the atmosphere and the showers pop up, and some of those, again, could be thunderstorms here across some of Southern California and Southern Nevada on through Arizona. And then we go on into tonight, into tomorrow, and that thunderstorm activity may be across portions of Arizona there one more time. But then you can see the next frontal system start to roll through here on Saturday morning for Northern California, and I'll show you what the GFS says on that here in a bit more vigorous with that system. Day one thunderstorm outlook, it does include some portions of California, Southern Nevada, like I said, Arizona and Utah, and then day two off into Arizona and New Mexico. And this is the European, kind of agrees as we go through the day today. You can see that lightning potential out there as well. And then as we get to Friday, that's going to push off to the east. But I want to show you here the upper levels of the atmosphere. This is at 500 millibars with sea level pressure also overlaid. This was last night's European run, the artificial intelligence version. I've been looking at it a little bit. It's not differing too much from the normal deterministic European runs here. So this is kind of nice that we do have these extended forecasts. It goes all the way out to 15 days, and it does this 4 times a day as well. Because previously the 06Z and the 18Z runs only would go out 90 hours or 144 hours in the ensemble, but now they all go out to 360 hours. So let's play this through, and you can see there's that system kind of moving through. Systems start to impact the Pacific Northwest and try to move down into California. Again, more on that here in a moment, but I want to show you what's coming in the extended. Look at this ridge building up along the west coast of North America by the time we head into mid March at this point here, and you can see it might draw us out and warm us up quite nicely here across a lot of the Southwest. Again, it's a little ways out there, but we are watching it here. We may warm up all the way up through the Pacific Northwest here along the west coast of North America. Now, taking a look at the GFS, let's start to take a look at the systems through the extended forecast. So as we roll on into Saturday morning, you'll see that snowfall start to fly across Northern California, and it starts to try to make its way towards the Sierra Nevada. But this front is kind of falling apart, as you can see. The next one is a bit more vigorous here as we move through Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. It could bring another decent round of snowfall to Northern California and some of the Sierra Nevada. The frontal system tries to make its way south. It's kind of falling apart as it does. We'll watch that one over the next few days. It shows a little bit of light precip for Southern California. Then one more system hot on its heels for potentially another round of snowfall for the Sierra Nevada as we go through the early to mid portion of next week. And then the ridge starts to build and we really dry out. You can kind of see that high pressure built down over the Great Basin. A little hint of a thermal trough even building up the California coast towards Oregon there. And big cutoff low out over the Pacific Ocean here, kind of leaving us high and dry along much of the west coast here. We'll continue to watch this day by day and see how that evolves in upcoming forecasts. Also, I want to call attention to some of the significant wave height. It is still with us here as we go through the day today. You can see it moving down the coastline here. Get a little bit of a break here as we go through Friday and then into Saturday. That next system is already hot on its heels, bringing some wave action as we go into Saturday night and on in through Sunday. You know, it could be some pretty vigorous wave action all the way down towards the Bay Area, maybe even sweeping down towards Southern California as we go through the early portion of next week. And then we finally start to get a break here as we go towards the end of the following week. The big ridge builds here. We would really start to reduce that wave action along the west coast of North America. We'll watch that day by day. So here's Los Angeles. We're looking off into the extended and again, kind of showing you where that ridge might build. You can kind of see it there on the GFS as we start to get in towards March 15th. This is San Francisco. Of course, the moderating effects of the ocean are much more felt, but you can even see a little bit of warm up for San Francisco right near the coastline there. This is Sacramento inland. You can clearly see the warm up arriving here as we go through mid-March. But again, we'll be revisiting this here daily and see how this forecast evolves. Check out Blythe out in the desert. I mean, look at this. 90 degrees. It's already starting to warm up here across some of the interior areas, especially when you get a ridge of that nature building. And Lake Tahoe, you can kind of see the temperatures bumping back up as we go through mid-March. Here's McCarran International, Las Vegas starting to warm up as well, and Phoenix starting to get it back above 80 degrees here as we go through mid and later March. And check out across some of the pass areas. You know, there's some sunshine out there. It's not too bad. There could be a couple snow showers. They should not amount to much. So it is a good time to travel back and forth across some of the Sierra Nevada. If you finally want to do that, you can see maybe a little bit of snowfall showing up there, but it should not amount to much. And of course, Highway 395, go a little bit further south there, and it looks pretty good across the roadways. I don't see any compacted snow and ice on any of the roadways out there. And Tioga Pass here had a little bit of light snowfall out there. So if you do see that, slow down a little bit. Here's the entire state snow water content. And you can see that we are above average now. And we just went through a huge gain there as we went through February 1st all the way on in through early March now. And the drought monitor, this was actually updated here again today. And still California is drought free. Some drought across some Oregon just north of the border there and portions of extreme southern Nevada and portions of Arizona and New Mexico. Some areas aren't doing too hot out there. But again, California largely or completely drought-free, just a couple abnormally dry areas. Now, the 8 to 14 day, this kind of takes into account mid-March, and you can see the above-average signal there from much of the West Coast. They're starting to catch on to that ridge building here, and 8 to 14 day would also mean a lower than normal precipitation amounts. We'll see how this turns out for Arizona and New Mexico over the next few days as well. But anyway, yeah, heads up, eyes on the sky out here. I wouldn't even be surprised to see a funnel cloud across some portions of, southeast California, across the desert areas. There's going to be some interesting stuff out there. Still got some instability here and some lightning activity. So eyes on the sky today, and could pop off a few showers across the higher terrain of Southern California as well. But yeah, we'll continue to break down these forecasts. As you saw, the GFS wants to bring a couple decent systems through the region here, and that could help build up some more snowfall across the Sierra Nevada and Northern California. And again, we'll keep watching to see how strong the systems are. Do they have any chance of impacting Southern California? Right now, it looks like it's going to be decaying as it moves south. But, we'll continue to watch day by day. We'll break it down a little bit more. I hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. We will do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.